Okay, everybody, I wanted to show you this. I'm trying to do a little more research into this and what I believe this is that I caught on the thermal camera. Right now I'm just filming the computer screen with my phone, as you can see here. So one thing I've done, I've got this book out, David Paulides, The Hoopa Project. So as you can see, I read it and I bookmarked a lot of pages in here. I'm going to show you a couple of comparisons to what I caught here. I think this may be a Sasquatch. A couple of things I'm looking at. If you look at his right arm is covered in hair. His chest and stomach looks like it doesn't have any hair on it. I'm looking at the hair on top of his head, and I'm thinking it's pulled back into a ponytail. I think that's why it's looking like that at the top, is the way his hair is on top of his head. I'm thinking it might be pulled back into a ponytail. I'm going to show you a couple pictures here from David Paulides' book and show you some comparisons. Okay, are you ready for a look inside David Paulides' book? Alright, this is all police artist sketches right here. And the witnesses, they filled out affidavits that these were the truest pictures that could be drawn of what they saw. So most of these, this one's like unusual right here that has hair on his face. Most of them in here do not have hair on their face. So like these are drawings from eyewitnesses. Like this one doesn't have hair on his face other than a beard. And that one the same way. And then here's another one. But there's a couple in here that to me kind of a little bit more resemble this one. They don't look exactly the same, but they look similar. So here's one. So I'm just trying to hold it up here so you can see a comparison. Because the Sasquatch here, or Bigfoot, they look similar to Native Americans. Most of the ones that they drew in here, that the police sketch artist drew, they look Native American. And that's what I'm thinking, he looks more Native American. Alright, so this is one that's got hair on his face. That's kind of unusual. But he said some of them do have it. So here's one that would be similar. And if you look at the hair on top of his head, if it was pulled back into a ponytail, it would probably look a lot like that. Looking at him from the front. And this one, it looks like he does have a beard as well. Or some type of a beard going there. So see, here's another one with no hair on his face, or very little. Alright, so this is one of the main ones here I was wanting to look at. See, he really looks more Native American than they don't look like apes. And that's what I'm thinking, he looks more Native American. So I'm just trying to do comparisons to what I've found and what I'm been researching. And they have hair on their body, which, like I said, it looks to me like his arm is covered in hair. Unless this is a Native American, like an old Indian shaman that's wearing an animal skin over him, over his arm and shoulder. And then too, I'm trying to picture if he had his hair pulled back into a ponytail, then would the hair on top of his head look similar to that? Because I only caught this one from the front like this. He's just watching me. He doesn't appear to be watching anybody else that was in our group out there at the time that was with us. He appears to be watching me. So he was facing me the whole time. Alright, so here's some of the facial pictures here. This, the one on the right here is kind of hard to see him real good, because of the way the book's been and the way I'm having to hold it. So if you look at his mustache, kind of a mustache like coming down on the sides into his beard, to me that's kind of the way his is looking. And if you look at their noses, the noses don't look like an animal, they look human. His nose looks human. So I'm going through my video footage here too. I've been going through and writing down all my video footage. So I'm going through it really good. I'm gonna go through all this good at this time frame here, this time we were out, and then the next time we came in and went through the area too and refilmed. So I'm gonna go through it all real good. So looking back through my footage here, I just got started into it. So right here, where I'm filming and watching this and I'm scanning out there with the thermal camera. So now when I'm started going back through my footage there, my thermal camera footage, I'll show that to you. Alright, so you'll see right here where I was filming, where I caught Winnett in the thermal, and then I panned over. And I'm going to show this really good and go through this. And I'm trying to look really good to make sure if that's something right there in the center of the screen, or if that's just a tree. But I'm gonna look that over good. But then right here, there's one right there that's following us. You can see it's got the shape of a human walking bipedal. Right there. So I caught him following us. So like I said, I could feel him watching. And once we turned and was going down the trail, I could feel him following us, and I could hear him as well, plus hearing the birds. So I'm going through this footage good right now. So I'm just really now starting to get into it good and reviewing it. And like I said, looking at that right there, I'm gonna look at that good to try to see if that's something there. But right here, right there, that's one following us. I keep saying they can hide in the foliage and the greenery and camouflage themselves, but they can't hide from the thermal camera because they're giving off heat. Alright, so there's a lot more coming. That's one thing I did when I was hunting a lot. I would use my binoculars a lot. You walk a little, you stop and scan around with the binoculars. Walk a little, stop and scan around with binoculars. Or if you're like sitting in an area, every once in a while scan around with the binoculars. I'm still feeling something from that area, watching this.
Hear that?
Yeah, I heard that. What does it sound like? Do you sound like a knock?
Knock, tree branch break. Kinda hard to tell.
I keep checking the tri-field meter too. It's still 0.002. I can definitely feel something out there watching this. It gets really hot and humid in them. You're just sweating all day long. Even as hot and humid as it is right now, it feels good to me. I've been working in the new construction in the hot houses and working on this heat. So this feels a lot better to me than being in the new. Yeah, that, but just being out here with this really slight breeze. This is nowhere near as hot. The new houses, new construction like that, those houses, it gets really hot.